Hello everybody, how the heck are you? Welcome to Moto Off-Road Adventures. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate you being here very much. Just got off the Chattahoochee BDR-X route. I've done a camping video, what I carry camping with me already. I'll kind of pop up here in the description below in the end card. Today we're going to focus on the stuff that I do not camp with electronics, gear, and other things I kind of carry with me on the BDR-X. This is my first solo route, the Chattahoochee BDR-X. I've done the MABDR as well with a riding partner also. But let's just hop in right away today and kind of go through what I carry that is not camping generating. First thing, because if you've seen my videos, I am the king of rain. I think rain is just directly looks and searches me out. So this is my rain cover. Or covered. It kind of is for two parts. Even if you don't have rain, the nice thing about this, I call it the incognito mode. If you do have to stop in town at a restaurant, maybe you end up not being able to primitive camp, so you're at a hotel or something, you can bring a lot of stuff into the hotel room, but I just kind of throw this on the bike and it helps keep eyes away from it. Not that I think that anything's going to get stolen off the bike, but it is possible. I'll go into kind of the tool set that I carry. A couple different things here. So I think this is a standard. It's wind zone from like cycle gear. Bought a standard one and then kind of changed it out. So I took the factory Royal Enfield Himalayan toolkit, added it to this, took out the stuff that didn't work, and then added a little bit more of the size of tools that function for me. So I got all the proper millimeter wrenches, gears, everything that I need. The tire iron there for the right size for me. Some zip ties, a little bit of everything in there. Even a little siphoning straw. You know, just in case you run into a little gas issue on these crazy ones, if Barry, anybody else is with me. If needed, I haven't had it yet, but I can siphon gas from their tank to mine. Been close once, but I haven't had to do it. But really, that's just my standard roll. Nothing too fantastic in there or different. I'd want to make sure that every time I work on the bike, tighten the chain, do anything, I want to make sure that I'm pulling from this kit. If I don't have what I need in that kit, I want to make sure I add it to it. A simple rag I roll up in there. Got my Motion Pro, the aluminum bead lockers, bead breakers. Yeah, let's go with bead breakers. How about that? These things, they have iron on one side, the bead breaker on the other side. Extremely lightweight, very strong. I'm gonna be honest with you, knock on some wood, over about 13,000 miles now on the bike. Just as an estimate, I'd say about 8,000 of those are off-road. I have not blown a tire or tube yet, so I have not had to use these. I know that time is coming, but these look fantastic. I've watched a million videos on it, so I definitely went for those. In partnership with that, I have the rim protectors as well. And those I just roll right up in to the tool bag, tool case. And you can see a little energy drink. I mean, it's really, really small. It fits inside there. And I put this in traditionally my right side pannier. The left side is stuff I get to more often. I am actually considering adding a tool roll if I can find one that works. I didn't cover this yet. So this is also Motion Pro for aligning the chain. So about 2 years ago when I started this channel was the very first time I ever rode a motorcycle at all. Within the first 3 weeks I did the Smoky Mountain 500, so I just kind of jumped in and got crazy. Never rode a street bike or anything like that. So some of these maintenance things, these lifelong motorcyclists can do just like this. Yeah, I'm getting a little more used to it, but this little Motion Pro thing here, let me see if I can kind of get that in camera. So when you're setting up, if you're tightening your chain, doing any maintenance, replacing your tire or tube, once you're done, you can put that right on that back sprocket. This is going to align perfectly because the sprocket and everything is straight with your chain. If it's slightly off kilter, you can tighten one side up a little bit more to make sure your chain is tight. I'm better at it now, but the first few times that I adjusted my chain or did those, I ran into little issues with not adjusting it perfect. I know that these aren't the hardest things for most long-term motorcyclists, but that little piece of gear that weighs nothing can go right in there by Motion Pro is pretty phenomenal. Used it on the last trip on the Chattahoochee at Suches of Georgia. Got pretty crazy in the mud, chain making a bunch of noise, just kind of dive bombed into a mud pit, to tell you the truth. When I got out, not a lot of distance to get into Suches of Georgia, 2 wheels of Suches, I should say, and there I had to wash the entire bike, scrub the chain, re-oil it, and then as much maintenance as I did on the chain, it was a little bit loose, tightened it up. Again, there was I could feel a little resistance there. Use that. With a quarter turn, I was straight and good to go. So I do highly recommend it. I'll have links below. If you want to take a look, there's Amazon links. They give me a couple pennies if you do purchase. No additional change for you, but it does help out the channel a little bit, so I do appreciate that. If that item is something you think you could use, it is amazing. So there's the toolkit. We'll probably, before I do the NE, Northeast Backcountry Discovery Routes, NE BDR, to see if I can find a tool roll to keep that out of the pannier, kind of a little better for packing, and that as well. All right, so another thing that I need to change, this is my replacement tube. You can see the size of that thing. So I initially bought this because I figured when I did pop my first tube, I wanted to get a Super Duty tubey in there. Yeah. This is the Tusk Severe Heavy Duty Motorcycle Tube that fits my Himalayan. It's 21 inch, so I can use it front to back, even for an emergency, and then change out from there. It works with either tire. But it is, I wonder where it says here, like the millimeters on it. This thing is a true beast of a tube and takes a lot of space in my luggage. I've brought it on every trip so far, but I do need to probably just buy a normal tube, very small, easy to use, and keep this at home for when I need to use it. So that's one thing I'm going to change. But anyway, since I do have a tubed bike, the Himalayan by Royal Enfield, I always bring a replacement tube just to make sure that when it finally does happen, I am prepared. Okay. Moving on. These things are freaking amazing. I did have to use this once on this last trip, the Chattahoochee, the Smoky Mountain 500, and then on the MABDR. No, I'm sorry, the Georgia Traverse. So this thing is just amazing. I'm gonna have a link below for this as well. I will say for the EAFC products, this company reached out to me and said, do you want to try these? I needed a battery tender, or battery jumper, excuse me, and a portable electronic air compressor. So I said yes. So just want to be completely transparent. They gave me these products at no charge to test out. And I told them I would test them, take a look at them, and tell them what I thought. No need of a good review, nothing attached. I'll never do anything like that. But yeah, the products itself, I'm free to say good and bad things about. This has been amazing so far. It's extremely small. I'll use my famous energy drink can. I have not had a blown tire yet. Possibly that is because I don't always let air out of my tire in the sand and such. I just try to ride through it. I don't want to damage my rims, anything like that. I realized that I should probably be changing the air temperature, air pressure. So I did do that on the Georgia Traverse to try to power through some of that wet Georgia clay. So I was able to bring it down and up with this. Worked fantastic on the Chattahoochee BDR-X that I just finished at Mulberry Gap. So that'd be end of day 1. Is that Dillard, I want to say, because I did section 3 first, 3, 1, and 2. I just noticed my tire was a little low, so I filled it back up, hoping that there was no serious problems there, and there was not. But always recommend filling. From what I can tell, when I replace the tires, it can go about 15% of its power is going to fill the tire completely once. That's, on my Himalayan, but that's definitely going to change for each bike. But I highly recommend, whether you plug it into your battery and have something you can run right off the bike, or this is just a lot easier for me. Small, I can take it in and charge it. So it works fantastic. EAFC works on vehicles. I have a camper van as well that I use, a Sprinter van, and I was able to blow that tire up as well. It took a lot more power of the battery, but that did work also. All right, what else do we have? I bring on every trip, because if I haven't mentioned it already, if you haven't seen all my videos, everybody that rides with me and backpacks with me on my other channel, I'm the king of rain. I don't know what it is, but I attract rain. So this is just an oversized, it's Frog Togs, it's nothing special. I'll probably upgrade to something more motorcycle driven, like a Climb or something down the road. You know, this channel's built a little bit on a budget. I test out a lot of budget gear. This has been fine, and it has been through horrific rains, especially on the BDR, but there were plenty. It's kind of my thing, is getting rained on. Little Frog Togs, oversized, just put it on top of everything and it works fine. Helps regulate that temperature. I haven't had it wet out yet. Being a Frog Tog, I'm sure that it will at some point, but I've had great luck with it. All right, the other thing, I'll show you the other EAFC. This has kind of become my best friend recently, which I'm not a fan of. I really do probably, before my next big trip, I think need to replace the battery on my Himalayan. If I'm riding it every day or every other day, it's perfect. Tap that start and it goes. Just kind of hiccups from there if I'm not riding it constantly. I thought I might replace it before doing the Chattahoochee BDR-X. I did not. It ran fine because I'm riding it every day, and I rode it 3 days prior. But at 2 wheels of Suches in the morning, I have no idea why it wouldn't start. Got very, very close, one start and one start. So this little guy, also by EAFC, this is amazing little thing. Carried on my last couple trips, and on the BDR, because I am an idiot, possibly. I'd left all my GoPro batteries, you know, for the YouTube stuff, my Cardo and my cell phone charging on my bike. When I grabbed my cell phone for the night, I did not turn the charging system off. So all night long, all morning, charging a bunch of stuff on the Himalayan, and I had to use this there as well. That wasn't going to turn over at all. Whenever my bike sits, like right now, I'm sure the battery is going to be dead. This thing, from completely dead, no lights, no nothing, will jump it quite easily. The nice thing about this, show you the EAFC here. I think the model number, I'll put below. Seriously, this thing is amazing. A little smaller, slightly smaller than probably the air compressor. And what I like a lot about it is the very small connectors. Very, very easy to get inside the motorcycle. I actually carry something very similar to this in my camper van, because we go boondocking and overlanding. In the middle of nowhere, whatever state we're in, we're way away from civilization, so we carry something like this as well. I attempted to use my camper van one on the motorcycle, and it works, but it's a pain because these are so big, and that unit is bigger, so I don't want to travel with it. But that is super awesome. The other electronic thing that I carry is my Cardo on the helmet. I have gone a lot between the Cardo and my wife and I, when we ride 2-up, use the ASMAX F1, and that's been fantastic as well. Actually, of all of the ones I've tested, and I'll leave that link below, there's a video I have I can try to pop up right here as well, and at the end. But the ASMAX F1 and Z1, I prefer the F1 just for the larger battery and such, but they've been great. When we 2-up, take the larger trips that we're not going off-road and such, I do put the ASMAX F1 on here. Anytime I'm riding, you know, most of my riding partners, if we're doing a group ride, have the Cardo, and that's what I have used on most of my longer trips. But this is a godsend, even on the solo trips. Driving there takes a couple hours, listening to audiobooks or whatnot. It's actually 5 hours on this one. And then riding through is really just the navigation of my ear. Rever will kind of tell me, I still miss a lot of turns, but kind of where to turn, those type of things. So a lot of units out there. I cannot speak high enough about the Cardo. And I'm very surprised about the ASMAX F1 and Z1. Yeah, and I'll leave that video below either. All right, kind of the final non-camping gear. What is the model of this? Mini X3 SE. Mini X3 by TrustFire. This will actually be my new van life, motorcycle, and backpacking and camping. Very, very lightweight. It is magnetic, so do I have anything magnetic in here? Probably do not, but it is magnetic. The gas tank on the Himalayan is magnetic. A lot of metal on the Himalayan, so I can just pop it right on there. Use it on the GoPro at night for recording as well. Let's see what we got here. And I won't shine your light here, but I've done a couple pictures at night, see if I can cut in some video. This thing is about the size of my entire index finger there. Crazy, crazy smarts. Pointer finger? Yeah, about the size of my pointer finger there. Very, very bright. Unbelievably. This is like the craziest little camping tool ever. For the 4 days I used it constantly, and I mean, the battery is still showing as blue as good. Let me bring this in here for you. See if I can get that there. I highly like, if you're looking for the smaller the better. I mean, the days where you need a huge flashlight to get any brightness out of it is done. And the other cool thing about it, let's see if we can get it on there. Maybe not, but it has a laser pointer. Why? I don't quite know. Is it fun? Extremely. And a blue light as well, like a signaling light also. At night for bugs, those type of things, the blue light's just a lot better. A lot of the camping headlights have blue, green, or red on it as well. But this is my last item. Again, by TrustFire. This thing is absolutely killer. I could not recommend it enough. I geek out about this. These camping gadget stuff, because I do so much camping. This will definitely go in the van, and I usually just have my headlamp when I go backpacking, but this is just an easy pocket item, so I'll have that when I am backpacking as well. That kind of covers most of the items that I carried with me. I'm not a minimalist packer by any means, but just because of that backpacking history, I don't think I overpack. I definitely, without a doubt, need to get rid of this monstrosity and get a normal tire tube, and I think that will just take up less space. And I am looking to get a tire or a tube roll, so I can kind of put this, you know, right underneath my pannier in a roll to kind of get it out of the pannier as well. But easily packed up. I'll show kind of pictures here if I can of the bike itself. I mean, it's just a small Tusk. Oh, what are those? I'll give the model number below, but Tusk soft panniers. Everything fits in there great. 22-liter bag on top. Easy to interact with. All this gear fits in there good. If you have any questions about the gear I carry for either camping, for the motorcycle, repair, or food or anything for myself, go ahead and comment down below. I have another video out. I kept all of the recording electronics out of this one. Not everybody's going to do, you know, YouTube or record their stuff, so I'm just going to keep that separate. I'll create another video on what I carry for the videos, for YouTube, for cameras. Any questions on that, let me know. I'll probably put a community post in for that, and that should about cover it. Guys, the big thing is there's not a lot you need. If you're looking to do your first BDR or your first even overnight, if you're looking to get out there, hit the trail, do something overnight. I mean, between that camping, I mean, if you can go out and camp in your backyard, test out the gear, pack it in the bike, a toolkit, make sure you can take care of your tires or whatnot. Oh, and the other thing I should probably mention that I do carry with me, that I don't have in this room, which is unfortunate, but I do carry, as a lot of YouTubers you'll see, and just people that ride bikes out in the middle of nowhere, I carry a Garmin InReach Plus. Satellite texting, if you're not familiar, I'll try to chop it in right here, but so I can communicate to people where I am, what I'm doing by texting. I can have a map that records where I'm going, send it to loved ones so they can see that. So you have communication at all times. One of my favorite pieces of that is it pulls the weather. The Garmin pulls NOAA dark sky weather with extremely accurate right to your GPS point, which is amazing. Shows me when, not if, it's going to rain. And then in a worst case scenario, it has an SOS button. So no matter where you are, you can get help if needed. Now in my backpacking, in my van life, and in my motorcycle, I've never had to use SOS. We're going to hope that continues. But that is definitely something that I recommend. It's a little bit of an investment, you know, a few $100s, but it is well worth it if you're really getting into this. Not so much just on the SOS, but to say loved ones I'm at camp, communicate, they can track you if they have anything. So I should have had that today, and it's right now in the van, so I don't have that with me. But anyway, already been kind of a long video. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Hit the little like button below. Helps these crazy YouTube algorithms. And we'll see you on the next adventure. Take your bike, go camping, get out there, have fun, live your adventure. And we'll see you soon.